So it appears to me that the first book on your list that came out this week means I Know What You Listened to. Ha.
No.
No, you didn't listen Upend and Tad
Nope.
thing. I thought that was like your favorite thing in the world. You got the Upend and Tad. I don't even know what that means.
I had other things to listen to first.
What? I didn't look that far down. So little Lissa Gramling is gloved up this week. Look at that. She's prepared for the cold. She's got the...
Not yet.
got
They'll be here today.
Yeah. Just making sure. I can't believe you don't... You're a grown woman. You don't own gloves? Like, that's...
I was never in a state that needed it.
It's ridiculous. I mean, even Florida occasionally gets cold.
No, not really.
Yeah, no, it's what it's supposed
Do you
to get
notice
down below
anything?
freezing.
Look at the back.
Oh,
My background, not yours.
oh, you found Willie. Look at that.
Yeah.
Nice. I was wondering where that went. It's right next to the... What did we decide those things were? They were plungers for your ass? Is that the lamps?
No, you decided that. No, they're right next to the Prosper Wolves. Blah. Prosper Woods Wolves.
Prosper. They make a lot of wool in Prosper. That's where they make the wool. That's fantastic. I know. It's not
Anyway.
your fault. Hi.
Oh, I did want to say a little congratulations to you.
What did I
Didn't say it last week because I forgot. You have you have 350 audios.
Hey, look at that. Whoop, whoop. Maybe we should get me an ass plunger.
I think I've got 4 or 5 right back there.
Yeah, I think
there are 5.
Makes you want to have 5 asses, don't it?
No.
Oh, shit. Well, was everything else all right? Work okay?
Oh, yeah.
I know. Yeah, excellent.
Yeah, Toki came home Friday.
Good.
About 5. 3 hours later than what he was supposed to.
Yeah.
And then 4 hours later, after that, decided he was going to have a seizure.
Oh, no. What kind of... Is a seizure like a regular thing for him? I didn't know that he was...
Well, when he was younger, he had them. But he hadn't had them except for about a couple months ago.
Well,
Friday.
Is it okay to ask? I mean, is it like epilepsy or what is it?
Yeah.
Okay.
It was caused by stress.
Well, it's got to be pretty stressful.
But he's fine.
Good.
He's fine. We've had 3.5 good days.
Good.
And he had a doctor's appointment yesterday.
Mm-hmm. How'd that go?
And, apparently it went really well. Because apparently in about 6 weeks he can get fitted for prosthetics. If he continues if he continues to heal the way he's been healing.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
Well, prosthetics. God, I didn't talk this morning. Prosthetics.
There you go.
Got lots of wool around here. No, they can make him like the Bionic Man, so he will be better and stronger, and he'll be able to leap like a frog. Those things are amazing. Have you seen the technology that they have on now with those? They're awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, he will be a superhero. I do believe it'll be Toki the superhero. You should get him a cape for Christmas, I think.
Maybe next year. Maybe get it for his birthday, too.
Make it out of wool.
His birthday's on Christmas Eve.
I did not know that. That's got to be... one of my brothers has a birthday. It's, I think it's... Fuck, it might be today. I don't really pay attention to it. But yeah, I mean, he always complained. He's like, I always combine my Christmas present with my birthday present. And I was like, just fucking shut up. It doesn't
We don't.
matter. Really? So you guys...
We do separate, yeah.
Yeah. It's not about the presents. It's about remembering that the same year every time your parents 9 months before that had sex. That's what birthdays are about. Maybe. I mean, give or take.
Something
I don't really know
about.
You should probably check the gestation period. Humans are typically 9 months, but I mean, it could be 8, it could be 10. It just really depends on how long they let you bake in there. But, excuse me.
I was early.
My stomach. You were early?
Wow.
Yeah, I know.
I was early.
My stomach is is making some sounds. I haven't had anything to eat this morning yet. And speaking of
Are
which,
you working on?
I'm working on Loathed this morning. I went back and redid a bunch of that, which I'm sure Nora's not happy about. I haven't even asked her about it, but I went back and redid some of it just because I did not like the choices that I made. And I finished up Santa's Secrets last night for KC. Well, I'm doubling down on this one. Then next week I'm getting into Dragons and a Riley Hart book, which is fucking awesome. So, but
Dragons, more dragons.
yep, more dragons. We got Julia Talbot's dragons, and we also got Nora's dragons next week. So it's gonna be a busy week.
Which you'll be doing by yourself.
Well, yeah, but we're very close, and I'm considering jumping in. I'm not quite ready yet. The big thing is I'm working a lot of hours, but it's not exactly consistent, and I'd like to be consistent before I get back in there again. But anyways, let's get into this so I can get my ass to work here. Where's my buttons? There we
Yeah,
go.
and I can
Our
get to the
buttons.
store to get
To get
food.
oh, I thought you were getting gloved up again. That was
No.
no.
Okay, I gotta adjust my thing. Anyway,
I understand.
okay, first we have Tamed,
Hmm.
the Courtside King duology book 1, Upending Tad spinoff number 2, Brack and Kai, by
So
Cora Knight, narrated by Michael Dean.
you're not listening to this because you no longer like it? Is that what it is? Is that what you said? I missed it.
No, I've got other stuff to listen to before
Other
this.
stuff. Okay, fair enough.
And
Next
I'm
we
trying
had.
to pace myself.
Oh, I understand. I like that.
Okay.
He's got the shirt.
Anyway, we have Tommy's Wolf, The Belfort Wolves 1 by Casey Noel,
Isn't that
narrated
an
by Aaron Ross.
old song? It's I gotta be Tommy's wolf. I gotta be
No, that's Jesse's
Tommy's
Girl.
wolf. No, that's Jessie was a friend. That's Jesse's Girl. Tommy's
Yeah.
Wolf. That was an old '50s song, I thought.
No.
Anyways, next we had
Love Notes, the complete series by DJ Jameson, narrated by Darcy Stark.
another song, Love Notes, Love Smarts, and that one came out on the 16th as well. Next we had
Fire and Sand, Carlisle Troopers. Okay, by Andrew Gray, narrated by Miller Stevens.
and yet another song, Let Me Stand Next to Your Fire and Sand. Let me stand next to you. Next we had
Favorites of Fortuna, Dominus Book 4 by J.P. Kenwood, narrated by Hannibal Hills and Nick J. Russo.
Nice. I didn't know they were doing another one of those. I got to get Hannibal on again. I haven't seen him in a while. That one came out on the 19th. Then we had
Guns and Boys, Gilded Agony, Book 7 by K.A. Merkin, narrated by Wyatt Baker.
American. I like that. American. That's just how Florida people say it. It's American. By the way, are you watching out too for the fallen lizards from the sky, the apocalypse? I heard
Yes,
about.
falling iguanas.
Yeah, I heard. Does that happen? I mean, where you are now, do you guys get iguanas?
No, we don't
or
have
is that,
iguanas here.
okay. So what do you have falling from the
Just
sky
in
there?
southern Florida.
Oh, okay. So it's not
Rain.
not a thing. Rain. Very good. It's gonna be snow pretty soon. Anyways, sorry. That one came out on the 19th. Next we had
The King's Son. Okay. The Brass Machine, Book 1 by written by and narrated by Isaac Grisham.
Nice. Well, that doesn't happen very often. If somebody listens to that, let me know how it comes out. Next we had
Hell Breaks Loose, Hellhound Champions Book 4 by Macy Blake, narrated by Michael Dean.
And that one came out on the 20th. And next we had
Page Against the Machine, a Mission City gay romance novella by Gabby Gray, narrated by Michael Dean.
he was a busy man. That one came out on the 20th. And next we had
The Holiday Disaster, Doves of Destiny Book 1 by Rye Cox, narrated by Zachary Zappa.
Zappa. That one came out on the 20th. Then we had
On a Midnight Clear by Lily Morton, narrated by Joel Leslie.
that one came out on the 20th. Then we had
Hand of Glory, Arcane Hearts Book 5 by Nasri Noor, narrated by Zachary Johnson.
I'm very excited. I think I can announce this now. I'm going to be working with Nasri Noor next year on a new series of his, and I'm stoked. I'm
Oh,
so excited
wow.
about it. I know. He reached out to me via email and asked if I was interested. We negotiated it out, and absolutely I was. That's my kind of shit right there. So I'm stoked.
Yeah,
That's going to be coming up, I think, next
Zach's
summer.
gonna continue with this story, and Greg's doing another one.
Hmm.
He's got like now what 3 since you're gonna be doing something.
Yeah, I'm just looking at. I mean, it's urban fantasy, which is my jam, and I'm pretty excited about that. Plus, did you notice the hand of glory? The hand of glory. It's like it
Hey,
was.
that's a song. No, it's not.
It came out on the 21st. Then we had
Unstable Connections, Valor and Doyle, Book 3 by Nikki James, narrated by Nick DeRusso.
that one came out on the 21st, and finally we had
The Shackles That Hold Us, The Magi Accounts, Book 2 by Michelle Nutaro, narrated by CJ Storm.
Tracy said "Blaze of Glory" is a song.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't pay attention to John Bon
that's what I
Jovi.
was thinking of. You were making weird names for songs, so I decided to do it too.
No, I get it. Actually, I do pay it. Like I know that song. But anyways, what we've all been waiting for here coming up. I'm
Hmm.
interested in this first one because I don't think that you liked what I did with it. So I can't
I
wait to hear
didn't.
you. Yeah, I can't wait to hear you trash me on this one. Here we go.
I didn't really. It's not. It's not you, and it's not Casey. I gave this one um half a bullet. She wrote. Okay, it's my hang up, not anybody else's, but it's just not for me. Um,
It is it that you don't like when men have sex in books? Is that what it is? So
really.
you don't like deep growly voices? Is that also what it?
Oh, that wasn't deep
Maybe
and
it's you
growly.
don't like
That was a
older
weird
men.
voice you did for
Yeah,
Robert.
so do you don't like older men? Is what it is. I'm trying to narrow it down here. So you tell me.
The older sub, younger Dom, I cannot do.
Really?
Right.
Because fuck all those
I
people that
cannot get
like that.
into it. No. I mean, people like what they like, and like I said, it's my hang up. Um, I mean, she wrote it very well. I mean, I think the only half the bullet was for the flirting,
Hmm.
but I just really couldn't get into it
So what is it that
at
you don't
all.
like about older men being dominated by younger men?
I I don't know. I mean, I read Susie's.
Sandy said, "Old subs need doms too."
I know that,
Oh shit.
and I get that, but it's just my hang up, and it's
Yeah.
something I'm not into.
Yeah. No.
But when I listened to Susie's Davies Rules books, one of the
Right.
books in there was a younger daddy, older boy,
Right.
and I just didn't like that at all. I don't like
So
that.
I don't like that. I never really. I mean, that's. I'm trying to. I mean, it's kind of racist, but that's all right. It's
It's
racist
not.
against older,
No,
subs is what it is.
people like what they like, and that's. Just, I mean, if it happens in real life, great. Just in books, I can't do it.
Yeah, not your thing, huh? So if you were
No.
to have like in real life, because I think some of the connections you make with these books, you're making like, I think a lot of listeners do as well. They kind of imagine themselves in those scenarios, and they imagine, and I know it's two guys, whatever, but they're imagining themselves being one of these characters. It's also a reason why a lot of listeners like first person and readers like first person books. That being said, you can't imagine having a dom that's younger than you. Is that also fair? Like, so if you had
Mm-mm.
a guy, because I'm pretty sure that you're into guys and girls, I guess, but whatever, you're aliens, I'm not tentacles. But if you had one, if they were like substantially younger than you, like, incredibly handsome, whoever comes up but they're like 25 and
Mm-mm.
you're like 29, that you just couldn't
No.
have, that's not going down. So the
No.
age, now is it the age or just the appearance of age? So if it
Age.
was, so it is. So even if the 25-year-old was incredibly mature and old, like that
An
Brad
old
Pitt movie
soul.
where, yeah, but still no, absolutely fucking
No.
not going to happen. Oh,
No.
that's,
And
yep.
like I said, it's my hang up. It's just something I can't do. And Betty did ask, "What if they're the same age?" I said, and I honestly said, "I don't know. That hasn't come up."
Uh-huh. Well,
I mean, I should be okay with it, but it's just something I couldn't get into,
yeah, yeah,
and I
that's
can't get into it.
it's racist, but okay.
But I just don't understand your voice for Robert, and that was just I had to
Didn't
speed up
understand that one
the
either.
I had to speed up the thing to get over
Right.
that, but then the other guy sounded like a chipmunk.
Yeah, of course, because when you speed up the audio, there was a strong voice choice that I made, and I knew that it was going to be divisive. Some people were going to hate it, some people were going to love it. The people, and I've kind of paid attention to the Brigadiers in this. I surf through there occasionally. The people that liked it really liked it.
Obviously, since you knew my gloves.
Sure, and the people that liked it really liked it, and the people that didn't like it, like you, really don't like it. That's art, you know. So I knew I was making a divisive decision there, but I also felt strongly that that was the perfect voice for that character. So sometimes it seems, and I think that other narrators go through this too. I've talked to other narrators. I don't know that all of them do, but some of them. Sometimes a character just kind of speaks to you, and you got this idea in your head of like you can't get it out of your head. This is what they're gonna fucking sound like. They have to sound like this, and it's the author. The author has written this story, and it's my interpretation. That's how I hear it. That's what I got to do. There's just no choice. That was with Robert. That was a strong voice choice, and it is what it is. In fact, I'm kind of worried that I'm going to be able to continue doing that voice in the rest of the series because it was hard. That was not easy. But again,
Well, maybe if he
you,
pops up on occasion, you'll be all right.
if it, yeah, this was first person too, which Casey does not do very often at all. Funny enough, though, I've done 2 KC books in the last month, and both of them were first person. So, which maybe she's changing her
Oh,
stripes. But yeah, the Santa
I mean, and I
Secrets
love
was the one.
Casey to death, and I'm sure if roles were reversed, I would have absolutely loved this book. But
You
it's
just
just
could,
not my. I
yep,
just couldn't get into it,
I get it,
and
but
I was so looking forward to it too.
thank
And
you for being honest about it. I appreciate that, and I know that's why people watch you and why people want to hear your reviews because you're honest about it, even if you are a little racist. The next one that we listened to was, or you listened to.
of course we did. Of course I did. This one was a bullet breaker.
Hey,
Um, I, I loved this. I loved it. It was by Felice Stevens. Just one night. Didn't end up being just one night, of course. Archer is a high-end escort, um, or high-priced escort. Okay. And Madden is the CEO of a company. They met because of a meddling family member. And of course, like I said, it was supposed to be just one night. Didn't happen. Um, Felice outdid herself with this book. I didn't want to put it down. Kale did a fabulous job with it, and the sexy times were extremely hot, and all the sexy whispers and growls he did.
well, and it's Kale as well, so of course,
It's Kale. It's Kale.
the fucker did. It is what it is. But yeah, every time Kale comes out with something, I lose my crowd. And
What crowd?
well, you see, what you're thinking of is Discord, and what I'm thinking of is all the people that buy my goddamn books. You see, so that's called a crowd, and those people like nobody buys my book for a week when Kale comes out with something. It's he's fucking amazeballs. So if Kale were to approach you, and he's a little younger than you, and I'm just
Mm-mm.
joking. I'm not gonna have that. Nope.
Nope, I have a rule against that one too.
Yeah. Finally, you listen to.
Hey, look, one of your books.
Oh, it's amazing. I bitch about it for a week, and she goes and listens to some of my books, even if she doesn't like them.
Oh, I loved it. I mean, granted, I did read it before when I had the ARC, and I gotta say that the audio was a bullet breaker.
Heyo.
I loved it when, like I said, I loved it, but you made the characters come to life. You made it 10 times better
Is it
by.
because I was growly?
That's part of it. and all the darlings that Reen had said that you did for him was swoon worthy. And like I said, it was just so much. It was better than reading it. I mean, I absolutely loved it.
We hope that's the way it works. And
Yes,
the
and
the
I can't
cover,
wait for the other two.
the cover too. Vicky did a fantastic job on the cover. Is that a
Mm-hmm.
quilt kind of in the background of the cover, just kind of going over? It looks like a quilt
Scales.
or scales, but it could be a quilt. I like to think of like a
No, it's
wool
scales.
quilt.
It's dragon.
Anyways, thank you
Dragon.
so much. You did a wonderful job. Thanks to everybody. Yeah, obviously, it's been kind of a slower week this week coming up with releases, but we still had a bunch. Enjoy. Remember, we're going to have a double show next week. I can't remember.
Mm-hmm.
Trace, do we have a Talk to the Beard next week? I cannot remember. I doubt it because it's the holidays. But we are going to have at least a double Ramblin' Gramblin' thing. So we're going to have Wednesday at noon next week, and we're going to go
Mm-hmm.
through Lys's top 10 list. And then on Thursday, the regular show. So you all enjoy, have fun. Thank you for
Yep.
hanging out. We will see you. Oh, and Merry Hanukkah and all that good shit.
Bye.